In 2004, I acquired Lightvessel 93 from Trinity House. My intention was to convert her into a photographic location and film location. I then hired the tugboat Goliath to take her from Harwich to the London Docklands, where she's currently based. Light vessels are floating lighthouses. They were built for the kind of place where it was not possible to build a conventional beacon. They would be marking places like dangerous sandbanks out at sea or shipping lanes so that vessels could make their way safely into harbour. Lightvessel 93 is one of many built for Trinity House by Philip and Son in Dartmouth in Devon. She was built in 1938-1939, just before the outbreak of the Second World War, and she served in the Trinity House fleet until 2004. This is a vessel ready for the North Sea Station Galloper, how she looked like in the 1930s. In 1971 she was given a new wheelhouse, which was then removed in 1980 when she was automated. In the 90s she was converted to solar power, and this is what she looks like with a new wheelhouse. We're in the crew's living quarters. This is where the mess room and the galley were, also washrooms for crews and master. All of this sadly was lost when the vessel was automated, as everything in here was demolished, every feature removed, and the place taken back to bare steel. We found a warren of steel partitions, enclosures, small cubicle-like spaces, and we opened up the space to make it a little bit brighter and much more comfortable. This is a machine room. Trinity House light vessels were not fitted with engines. In here we would have found compressors and generators. The crew used them to produce the electricity and the compressed air they needed to operate a vessel. Later on, two large bulkheads were fitted, and we had to remove them to restore the machine room to its original size. We are in one of the crew cabins. This was for fog signal drivers. It's a double bunk. All of the furniture in here is the original 1930s mahogany furniture. We did have to replace the portholes as they were taken out in the 80s. Also, all of the electrics were removed from here at the same time, but I found some reclaimed naval lamps, and I'm very happy with the look and feel. The ship's wheelhouse was demolished in 1980, and at the same time the boat deck was reduced in size by about 3 meters. We pushed that plate back to its original location and then rebuilt the wheelhouse on top of it to its original proportions. A new, very large fuel tank was built in here when the Lightvessel was automated. That had to go as it occupied most of the compartment. Also, a new winch was fitted probably at about the same time. That also had to go to allow a little bit extra daylight into the space. This is a ship's train. It's very heavy. It's about 7 kilos per link. We found a little bit of it in here and plenty more next door in the machine room. There was a good 40 to 50 tons of it in there. Some of it we put in this compartment, some of it in the collision compartment in the very bow of the ship. We're in the master's cabin. Sadly, all of the fittings in this compartment were taken out and the compartment completely gutted when the vessel was automated. The compartment was then filled with expandable foam all the way to the top. We had to remove all of the foam from here and put in new floors, new walls. The portholes were also missing from here. When people asked me how long the restoration would take, I initially answered about 6 months. Now 8 years on, I think we're actually now near completion, and yet I'm really not looking forward to the end of the project.